Welcome, welcome to this odd journey. Thank you so much for being here in this space with me. I want to talk about the daydreams or the daymares. You ever had those times to where you just kind of space out and you go into your head and for the most part, you may be feeling and seeing something visually about the future, a goal happening, a dream coming true, your hopes and wishes coming to fruition. But then there are other times where you start to see how you could possibly fail, or how something doesn't pan out the way you're expecting it to. You're seeing a downfall of something. And you try to shake it off, but the next thing you know, there's doubt and insecurities and fear being created inside. And I was sitting here pulling the Oracle cards. We have 2 of them today. And the first one that comes out is Befriend Your Fear Monster. Just as you are about to step forward in all of your fullness and authenticity of remembering your greatest work in the world, the fear monster interjects. Who am I to do this great work? Will my health suffer? Will my family be neglected? What if somebody else does this better than me? I don't have the resources I need. I don't know enough to make this happen. No matter what you've already achieved, fear seems to change and morph to get you from another angle. The fear monster whispers, what if you don't live up to your fullest potential here? There's a reason we hold on to these fears. Somehow, they serve us. For example, fear can prevent us from starting a new endeavor, thereby saving us from failing. There could be an old pattern or story you are still living out. However, you cannot truly get in alignment with your greatest work until you walk through your darkness. So what's the solution? Feel fully. Allow your fear to move through you without giving in to it. Befriend your fear monster. So this one for me is definitely familiar. That fear monster. He's been peeking in and out of my mind, of my heart, all of my life. Terrified to express myself, terrified to be who I am. I'm too this, I'm too that. And sometimes we get so wrapped up in that fear that it literally keeps us where we are. And we think it's a comfort zone. But really and truly, it's a barricade. It's a spot that we have grown comfortable with. Because outside of that space, is the darkness first that you have to walk through, where all the fears are faced. And for many of us, we don't even know what is on the outside, what is beyond that darkness. It's like exiting the forest and not knowing that there's beautiful, beautiful scenery there. There is openness and adventure that waits. There's a river that flows with all of your dreams and your hopes and your wishes and your goals and your desires and your needs and your wants, and it's just flowing. There's no struggle because you took that chance. You walked through the darkness and you stood up to fear and said, "You're not that scary after all." You befriended your fear monster. Now, there's a lot of things that I have not walked through that darkness with. And I'm sure there is for you too. Things that you have been wanting to do or try, experience for so many years. And that fear monster just steps right in, creating that doubt. I was about to say dark doubt, and that's visually how it was coming in, like a dark cloud. Nightfall setting in to the forest. So, what do we do about that, right? We have to feel that fear. I think where a lot of us tend to mess up, and there's beauty in mess, but we want to push that fear aside. Sometimes we even get comfortable with that fear. We're like, well, okay, this is who I am. I'm scared of this, and I've just become comfortable with that. And it stops you from doing so much. So I think it's time to feel that fear. I, for one, am not comfortable with the fear anymore. There is so much that I want to do. And I let that fear hold me back time after time again. And I stay in the side of the forest where there is no darkness. So now, I'm going to create space for us to walk through that dark forest together, to fully understand that fear. Because I think for many of us, we haven't even taken the time to understand the fear. Where did it come from? You know? Where did the fear even come from? Was it something we were told when we were just a baby? Was it something that was created from a mistake that you have made in the past? Or a mistake of someone else? I think it's time to understand the fear. Because I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get into that river. and flow side by side with all of my dreams, aspirations, wishes, all of my desires. So let's go ahead and close our eyes and picture yourself in an open field. It's nice here. The wind is blowing just right. You can hear the birds singing, playing a tune of comfort. And you see the sky above, and it's nice. It's nice to gaze at. It's nice to look at. It's warm. The temperature is nice. You can feel the sun beaming down on you. And then I want you to see before you, just a little out of the way, you see the dark forest, how this open field just moves right into that dark forest. And you find yourself right where it begins, where the sun no longer is beaming down on you. And you feel your heart begin to speed up just a bit. Maybe you began to peak with curiosity. What's on the other side of that forest? And you squint your eyes and you can almost see this beautiful flower. And you can see the sun on that side beaming down upon this flower. And you very much want to go to that flower. That flower is blooming with life. You can almost smell the sweetness that it has to offer you. And you just know in your heart of hearts that there are more flowers like that one on the other side of this forest. And I bet there's a feeling inside of you that there is things on that side beyond this darkness that you may never had even thought of or dreamed of. And there is this longing inside of you to go there. But to go there, you have to go through this darkness. And you feel your fear creeping up. You feel that fear moving up through your body, fully feeling it. But you make a decision today that you're ready to face that fear, because the sweetness of what's on the other side of this fear, of this darkness, is so much more, and it's worth it. You know in your soul that it's worth it. You take a deep breath as you take your first step into the darkness. Into the forest you go. 2 steps, 3 steps. And as you move through this forest, through this darkened area, you begin to realize what your fear is. Five steps. 6 steps, just allowing that feeling to come over you in a way that you have never felt it before, because through this darkness is healing. But in order to heal, you have to be willing to feel. So you're taking this opportunity now to feel that fear. For some of you, you may even see a shadow of that fear standing before you. You may begin to hear messages from this fear. Take this time now to ask, what fear are you? Why do I have this fear? What is the purpose in this fear? What is the reasoning? And when were you created? Where did this fear come from? I'm just going to give you a moment as I give myself this space as well. And as you begin to understand your fear, you're truly feeling it now. You might have an aha moment, total understanding. And just know that with understanding comes transcendence. You are so close to the edge of this dark forest, almost ready to move back into the light, to the land of possibilities, creation. If you were one of those that seen the shadow of the fear stand before you, and you are able to have that dialogue, take the shadow of fear by the hand. And if you just felt this fear and understood it internally, felt it, received the messages to help you to understand, I want you to move that fear, that sensation of fear, right to the heart space now. You may even visualize a certain color. Maybe it's black. Maybe it's red because there was anger attached to it. Maybe it's yellow, something that symbolized the fear being created in childhood. Whatever that is for you, however you want to see it, this is just right for you. And you two stand before this land of possibilities. So bright. And you begin to look around and you see where the edge of this darkness ends. And you're right there. You're so close. And as you take your steps forward into the light, into the land of possibilities, you're going to take a moment to transform this fear. In the land of possibilities, what do you need? Do you need courage? Do you need just a deeper sense of understanding that you now can love this fear? You know how to work with it now. What do you need? And as we move forward into the land of possibilities, we're going to befriend this fear monster, this feeling inside. We're going to transform and transcend. We're going to alchemize this fear. So what do you need? Step forward. 1, feel the power of that feeling, that creation. 2, moving into the light. 3, seeing that shadow of that fear transform. Seeing that color within the heart space transform. Really feeling the sensation. 4, feeling that emotion, that boldness, the courage, the intelligence, the joy. 5, the happiness, the spark of creativity. 6, and you are fully in the sunlight. And that shadow just becomes like a mirage. It just begins to fade and integrate. 7, within you. 8, filling that space in your heart with love. Love for the experience. Love for your path, this journey. Love for that fear, for it challenged you. 9, challenged you. You just faced your fear. You just faced your fear. 10, you're here in the land of possibility. You can see the river flow with all of the good things that you've been longing for. This is a space beyond that fear. This is a space where you begin to create, where you step into your potential. And sure, there may be other dark forests along the way, but you know inside of your heart that you have the capability to walk through that darkness, to understand it, to transcend it. The path of potential, the path of possibilities. What a beautiful thing. That was wonderful. So how many of you have that feeling, that incredible power inside of you right now. Just take a moment and feel that running through your body. For me, it feels like an electrical charge, a whole vibe, a whole frequency on its own. The other card that I had pulled is trust and act accordingly. So now you have to trust yourself. You have to trust yourself to move forward, to know that you're going the right way, to not go backwards. Trust that you are more than capable enough of handling your fears. Trust that whatever the reason was, it served you, if not just challenged you. So go be great in this newfound land of possibilities. Go be great. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you.